Hey guys, I decided to go ahead and give this a try. If you're new here, my name is Darcy. My husband and I have a homestead here in Southwest Ohio. We have two girls and I homeschool them, and my husband works full-time off the homestead. Anyway, I'm gonna start with giving you a little tour of my garden I took this morning when I was out doing chores. It's still very much work in progress. I have a lot of stuff still left to do, and it is small compared to a lot of others, but we're able to grow a lot of good food, and it does a lot of good for my heart. Anyway, when we come back from that, I'm going to do some Instant Pot bone broth and walk you through that process.
These volunteer paste tomatoes sure are doing good. I yanked them out of the ground this past weekend and transplanted them here, and they're doing great. My first time growing potatoes. They are doing good. It appears that they're going to start flowering. Once they die off, I'll get to harvest them. And these were some small and fingerling potatoes, organic ones, that had grown eyes from the grocery store, so I decided to plant them. I'm not sure these onions are going to produce much, but I have given them a haircut 2 different times, and I'm using the green onions and making bone broth right now from chickens that we raised here. Oh, yep, see one here's got a flower. Well, that's okay. This is my first time. My attempt at rhubarb last year proved fatal from seed and from start, but my mom gave me these and they're all doing good. This is some celery that got put in really late, but you know, just plant. I think that I will eat garlic scapes tonight. I like to roast them. They're kind of like asparagus that way. I'll harvest this garlic around the 4th of July. All right, I need to weed this, but that is all volunteer dill. Well, not all, other than the weeds, this. And it doesn't seem to transplant well, so I'm going to weed, and I am going to leave that dill right there because I didn't plant any, and then I can harvest it. These are some cabbage. These are non-invasive morning glory. They don't go to seed. And these are some cucumbers coming up. Some things that need to be planted, some catnip and some fountain grass. Or not fountain grass, ornamental grass. My chives are huge. You need to harvest them. If you're near me and you want some chives, let me know. You're welcome to them. I've harvested them and froze them and have a whole quart jar plus some in my freezer. This is a pussy willow bush that somebody gave me at the beginning of COVID. It was like a secret sister thing. I put it in here and it's really doing good with a little ground cover. These strawberries I just planted this year. They're Jewel. Some are doing better than others, but next year will be better. There's some more Jewel strawberries, coral bells, Concord grapes. I don't know if they'll make it or not, but we're gonna try it. This is a mullein pink flower. The girls are starting to edge this bed with rocks. Check out that rock, pretty awesome. Here are some Brussels sprouts, some more of those morning glories, and there is cucamelons planted in here, which I may have to come and put some more seed. Ooh, do this one. Well, we'll see. Guys, this is just real life right here. This is a whole lot of weeds growing around my beds. This is my thyme plant that needs to be moved. I am behind on a lot of things, but I'm still gonna get it done. More tomatoes will go in here. I already got the marigolds in place. That's a loofah plant. I have 2 more I need to stick in there, and it'll grow along this fence. This will be filled with some more stuff. Here is another variety of strawberries. I think it's called Honey-O or something like that. They are doing a lot better than the others, and you can even see there's fruit on them. You want to see the turkeys? Hey, turkeys! This doesn't look how I wanted it, but we're still working on it. This is going to get filled with dirt. There will be an arched trellis here, and this will be my greenhouse that is not done with plastic, but now I don't need plastic until the fall. And as you see, I have a whole lot of stuff in here to plant, and I have a bunch of stuff on the porch hardening off. So if you haven't started yet, just start. Nothing to lose. Guys, I live on a really busy street, so you'll have to forget all of the road noise. Here's some of my chickens. You can hear the others squawking in the back, probably fighting over a nesting box, getting ready to lay an egg or whatever. We have a lot of chickens. This is only a couple of them. Oh, right there is one of the ducks. We have 2.
So I've been making bone broth in the Instapot mostly for a couple of years now. We raise our own chickens here, so we save the carcasses, and I make bone broth with it and can it as I'm able. Right now I have a roaster full that will go for several days, but I also like to make it in the Instapot to make bigger batches to can, and also if I need some right away. I don't use salt in mine anymore. I just salt it as I use it for cooking, because I sometimes do give it to my dogs and I don't want to worry about the salt content for them. So anyway, see if I can flip this around so you can see a little bit better, but I have the 8-quart Instapot, and I'll take one of my bags of chicken carcasses. Now, if you can just save pieces after you've cooked them, you know, if you have the drums or thighs or whatever, or if you have the feet, you can use those. We piece out our chickens when we freeze them, so I have the main carcass, and then if I have anything else, I just put it in a bag and keep it in the freezer until I'm ready to make bone broth. So right now I have a lot of carcasses I need to get through. I have 4 in my roaster right now. Apparently I have 17 waiting for me in the chest freezer in our basement, and a few others in the stand-up. And we have pigs that will be going in there next month, so we need to make the room. So anyway, in the Instapot, I only put 1 carcass, and then I have some celery that was going on its way out, a little bit of carrots, a few bay leaves, some peppercorns, and some garlic. I just have some cloves I separated here, so I'm just gonna throw in more than enough of those. And then I will fill this to the water line right here. You should have like a, PC max level, whatever you have, fill it to there, and then we'll put it on, and I'll show you what buttons to push. I forgot there were 2 more things that I wanted to add in. I have onion tops here that I have cut from my onions that I'm attempting to grow out in the garden for the first time. So instead of adding any onions, I'm gonna make use of these and not let them go to waste, and put however many. There's no like set recipe for this. You put as much as you want, as little as you want. And then I'm testing this out. Some people say you need to put apple cider vinegar in it to make the most come out of the bones, the good gelatin and things. I'm kind of testing it out to see if that's true, because most of the time I don't use it, so we'll put a few glugs. is that a proper term to it? And so then we'll be ready to go. Let's see if I can turn this around so you can see. All right, and then we're going to, please excuse my lack of proper filming skills right now. We'll work on that.
All right, so you're going to make sure this is on sealing, which it is. Oh, plug it in. And we're going to have to move it because my roaster is using the plug that is, what do you call it, polarized? That's on my island. So just a second. Okay, I had to switch where my Instapot was because my roaster was using the outlet that I needed to use. So anyway, you're going to make sure your roaster is on sealing, and then here for the buttons, pressure cook. If you have this kind, this is already on 2 hours because I did some earlier. So that's what you want. And then that's it. That's all you have to do. When it's done counting down the 2 hours, I let it release the pressure all by itself. Then I open it up and strain it through like a fine mesh strainer. And then I actually save what I strain out, the pieces, and I give it to any of my carnivorous animals. It's good for them. It's okay for the dogs. It's really soft. You can mash it up or whatever. And then the bone broth goes in the fridge overnight so that the fat can rise to the top, and I skim it off, and then I can can it or I freeze it, whatever the case may be. Right now I'm trying to make multiple batches so that it can work through the carcasses in the freezer, and I have 2 more days of letting the roaster go. So we should be able to get a lot of batches. But anyway, it really truly is as simple as that. And if you're going to not can it, you need to freeze it or consume it within a couple of days because it will go bad without any preservatives or anything. But anyway, I hope that helped you get by any fear of using the Instapot or making bone broth. It truly is so easy. You can do it the same way with any other bones you may have, beef bones or whatever. Anyway, hopefully I will get some videos up here in a little while, more of my animals or something. If there's something you want to see, comment below and I'll see what I can do. All right, God bless.